racing this weekend, which I'm pretty excited about to get a helmet on. This weather's eventually gonna pass, so let's get started on the car so we can have it ready for the good weather. Last couple weeks, we've been trying to get the white car ready for the 2025 racing season. But we got some adjustments before we take it down the track or actually take it out on the street today to make some hits, as the rear end didn't actually settle the way I wanted it to. Well, there's a number of adjustments that we got to make, like an anti-roll bar. We got to make a spring adjustment, which I'm going to show you what I do with my springs. And we got to bleed the brakes, because when I took it out on the road and we went 100 mile an hour, it didn't want to stop. Got some things to do in this video. We're going on this weekend because we're going to be racing in Columbus this weekend. Get it turned around on the lift, and then we'll get started. Boy, that thing sounds good, boy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We were just getting this thing shook down in 24 when the season ended, and we never really had a chance. And that's kind of one of the things, the reasons why I decided to do what I did this year with changing it up a little bit. Car was making, 900,000 horsepower on full tilt. And we didn't even get close to that. I had some stuff on the scramble, but I mean, that didn't really matter. The objective of today is to make the car safe. I got to change the springs so I can bring the spring height up a little bit. I'll show you what we do with the rear coil springs because they're factory GT springs. We got some brakes that we need to bled, which is very, very important. We got an anti-roll bar we need to set. And if I get time tomorrow, I'm going to try to do some travel limiters. So what travel limiters will actually do for you is we'll be able to take some of the travel out of the front of our car. But I don't think we're going to need to do that this weekend, considering it's going to be really kind of shitty and rainy and cold down in Columbus. Well, maybe not rainy, but cold. We're going to need as much travel and squat really as we want. Eventually, we'll get into the anti-squat stuff and start messing with radials. Granted, we don't blow the motor up. We're not going to be putting the motor on tilt this year. We're going to try to change the suspension and how it leaves, and see if we can't pick up a little ET or get a little more consistent. Shouldn't take us too long. Be able to go out in the street and make a hit in it and see if it actually feels pretty good. And you can see how much travel we have. We have about 6.5 inches here, and that's what the limiters I showed you a little bit ago. We're going to be installing limiters to bring this down quite a bit. You'll see it hang. We're going to probably take 3.5 inches out of our travel and try to lock down our front, try to lock down our rear a little bit, and get a little bit more bite, like maybe even try a radial, because radials have always been known to go a little bit faster. This thing doesn't weigh nothing. I think that tire was like 11 pounds, and I think the wheel was like 10, like 21 total. All right, next day, we're 1 day away from heading to Kings of Columbus, and we're trying to figure out a really squishy brake, and we just replaced the whole master cylinder with an OE 9495 one that we had sitting on the shelf. So hopefully this, we start bleeding, we get this stuff fixed up. These are those maintenance things after you bring the car back out from when you had it stored. I mean, I didn't have that problem when I stored the car, but when we replaced the axle, now these are those strange brakes that we had in the front. So getting these brakes updated, or getting the air out of them, took a lot more than we had expected. We had to actually make a couple extra lines, and come to find out our proportioning valve was leaking and cracked, and it's been a pain in the ass to get this thing ready for the street. But we're gonna go take a hit in it hopefully here in a minute. Got to take these springs. So what we're trying to attempt here is, there's a spring. These are factory springs, and I've cut them. What I want to do is take the cut and put it to the front, so this coil sits up a little bit higher. From what we notice is we're just a little bit too low on the stance in the back. And again, we could probably just change the bar angle and put factory springs in, which is probably going to do a later date. But we want to get it kind of back to where it was at when we were racing it. Let's get that switched around and get the anti-roll bar kind of set up with Cousin Paul, and go out there and check the brakes. stance about where we want it, but it's going to do a lot of squatting. It was definitely a lot higher than that. Just by switching that spring around helped us out a little bit. Actually get a chance to test some of my belts. Lay these loose for now. Readjust them later. Give it a good hit. See if I can get it to stop. Seems like the brakes got a little bit better, so I'm pretty happy about that. Maybe had some stuff. I mean, I did just put new brakes in the back, so I mean, it does lock up the fronts pretty good.
Gloves are there, your helmet's in the back seat.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you what. Good hit. Looks like the suspension's right where I wanted it to settle. This side's a little bit high, but that's okay. We're gonna put weight in the car anyway, so it's kind of sitting where I want it to sit. Now I'm just gonna set the anti-roll bar and we can put Cousin Paul in the driver's seat. And we did a little hit on the street. Brakes definitely seem a little bit better. They're a little bit spongy when you first hit them, but as soon as you hit that second one, it'll literally put you into the ditch if they had to. So let me make this adjustment. We're going to actually race it this weekend, or at least attempt to. Maybe mess with the tune a little bit. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, I appreciate you guys for watching. Check out Neo Mustangs merch at neomustangs.com. Check out that join button, become a member. Appreciate all my members. Thank you guys so much for what you guys do for our channel. But outside of that, click that subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. This Weekend Racing.